Folks, news is flying fast and furious. As you know, the administration teased a big announcement on the cause of autism today. Oh, ye of little faith. So let's get right to it. This is obviously a very serious moment for the world and the United States of America. To the White House, what is the cause of autism?
The use of well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen. Is that okay?
No! No, it is not okay! We would like a second opinion and a third pronunciation. Look, there's already a ton of controversy around the lack of data tying acetaminophen in pregnancy to autism. And you can't even be bothered to pronounce the f***ing word correctly? Until maybe you get to the one word you recognize from your medicine cabinet?
Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol.
Well, I'm sure now they're known as Plaintiff A.
We are living in crazy times right now. People are feeling worried and depressed. However, there is some good news. The world is ending.
The end is near. At least that's what one corner of TikTok is claiming.
My fellow Christians out there, I want this video to help one another.
It's being called Rapture Talk, a convinced contingent of TikTok users who claim the rapture is happening today. Some even claiming to be selling all their possessions. One man says he got rid of his car.
I'm catching a flight to heaven in September anyway. Oh, I need the car.
You're going to heaven without a car? Good luck getting laid up there, buddy. Listen, if I believed my earthly body was going to leave this worldly realm, my first reaction would not be to turn a profit on Carvana. Come September, I will stand naked before my Creator. Are you interested in a 2017 Kia Sorento? By the way, I just want to say how unfair the TikTok algorithm is. It's giving some people a heads up about the end of the world. Mine is just all videos of guys power washing sidewalks.
You know what? I'm joking around. I want to say this seriously. That campaign that you all launched, pretending that you were going to cancel Hulu, while secretly racing through 4 seasons of Only Murders in the Building, that really worked. Congratulations. Wasn't it interesting to try and figure out all the tentacles Disney has in your daily life? It's one thing to swear off cruises, but the Avengers? Nah. How is it possible that by getting rid of one company, I can't watch Winnie the Pooh or Monday Night Football? Or listen to early Hillary Duff? So yesterday, I would sing more of it. Obviously, Disney is very litigious. It was rather shocking that this turnaround occurred because I was told that the original decision to get rid of Jimmy had nothing to do with the Trump administration and their explicit FCC threat that they could remove the show the easy way or the hard way.
My gosh, this has nothing to do with Donald Trump not agreeing with anything Jimmy Kimmel said or not.
All my days. I mean, I don't know why people would think that. We just randomly remove one show a week.
This morning, he arrived bright and early with the First Lady, striding onto the escalator for his trip to... Oh, okay. So all right. That's fine. Okay, so the escalator broke. Oh, okay. That's unfortunate. You never want a minor hiccup like that, but you know what? That's fine. A broken escalator just means extra steps on your Fitbit. Don't let it interfere with your speech, Mr. President. Start by reminding them all of all the good you've done.
They had massive cost overruns and spent between $2 and $4 billion on the building and did not even get the marble floors that I promised them. You walk on terrazzo. Do you notice that?
Okay. You're still mad about the escalator, aren't you? Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, frankly, looking at the building and getting stuck on the escalator, they still haven't finished the job.
Enough! Enough! You're just having a tantrum now. Your team is waiting off stage with a blankie and some apple juice. Just say the most diplomatic thing you can, and let's just get out of here. You know, something about we're all in this together.
Your countries are going to hell.
It's no secret Donald Trump sympathizes with Russia in its war against Ukraine. He blamed Ukraine for getting invaded, he berated its president in the Oval Office, and he made the ultimate gesture of friendship to Vladimir Putin, picking him up at the airport. So, safe to assume he spent this week at the UN continuing his full-throated support of Russia.
Breaking news we are following this morning. President Trump reversed his position on the war and voiced confidence that Ukraine can regain its territory seized by Russia.
Trump writing in part, Ukraine would be able to take back their country in its original form, and who knows, maybe even go further than that.
Damn! Trump went from Ukraine needs to accept Russian invasion to they need to invade Russia. When this all began, Trump said he'd end this war on day one, and instead, we've now joined both sides. I guess you can't lose a war if you're on both sides. Now, let's not overreact here. Trump isn't exactly known for his consistent positions. He could just as easily switch sides again tomorrow if he, I don't know, gets complimented by a Russian lady or sees a photo of that dog that looks like Vladimir Putin. Who pushes his opponents out the window? You do.
And I was more, stunned at the reaction. Like, the leader of the free world is on the escalator, and the Secret Service is looking like, what do we do?
Yeah, what do we do? Do we just let this grown man walk upstairs? What do you want Secret Service to do? Wouldn't it have been more embarrassing if they had rushed in and made a big deal out of it? Thrown Trump over their shoulder like a kid having a meltdown leaving the Magic Kingdom? But look, there's no point trying to reason with them now. The right-wing train is leaving the station, so naturally, the White House is jumping on board.
Well, there was some concerning reporting over the weekend from the London Times, as you pointed out, that UN globalist staffers were basically plotting to set up the president of the United States. And if we find that these were UN staffers who were purposefully trying to literally trip up the president and the first lady of the United States, well, there better be accountability for those people. And I will personally see to it, Jesse.
Good. Can you people please decide if Trump is the strongest man who has ever walked the earth or a sickly child with hollow bird bones who will crumble if he walks up 3 stairs? Since retaking office, President Trump has been redecorating the White House to reflect his personal style. A style which can be best described as C-3PO's taint. And it's a project that's still continuing today.
The White House is unveiling a presidential walk of fame featuring portraits of U.S. presidents.
Oh, you know what? This is nice. But if I was president, I wouldn't plaster every foot of the place with gold, but if you're going to, this is a nice, inclusive gesture. Mr. Trump, I applaud your class.
With the exception of former President Joe Biden. The new display just outside the Oval Office along the colonnade there shows a framed photo of an auto pen writing Biden's signature in place of the former president's portrait.
Damn it! He got me! So, apparently Trump is trolling Biden about the auto pen conspiracy. A hilarious burn that will make millions of Americans say, wait, what was that about again? Enough of this dumb story about the president's pettiness. Let's move on to a much more terrifying story about the president's pettiness.
Sources tell ABC News President Trump's new hand-picked U.S. attorney plans to give him what he's been demanding and seek to indict former FBI Director James Comey, despite other prosecutors finding there's not enough evidence to charge him with a crime.
I don't know what's worse. Donald Trump weaponizing the Justice Department or the fact that he's doing it to go after James Comey. I mean, Trump, He's the dude who got you elected president. Remember, he announced a few days before Election Day that he was investigating Hillary for her email server. And America was like, we can't have a president with such disrespect for proper procedure. Let's elect Donald Trump instead. Even though prosecutors say they don't have a case against Comey, Trump seems to have found a loophole. Appoint a prosecutor who doesn't care.
Sources say the president forced out his own appointed U.S. attorney for Eastern Virginia, replacing him with one of his personal lawyers, Lindsay Halligan.
She must have a ton of experience in the criminal justice system. Bet she knows her way around a grand jury.
Halligan, an insurance lawyer, has never prosecuted a criminal case in her career or presented evidence to a grand jury.
Okay.